Okay, so here we are. I've been wanting to show you how we do the compost here because it's really successful. We get good compost fast. And so what we got here behind us, Dennis is unloading a truckload of manure. That's horse manure from the stables right up the street here. We're very fortunate to have. 3 parts is what it takes to make a good compost. 1 part brown, meaning dry leaves, dry anything, hay. 1 part manures, and 1 part greens, cuttings, grass, leaves, whatever you got. And equal proportions. Now it's all pretty, by eye and everything. So 1/3 of each, manure, browns, and green. What'd you say, there's about a half a ton in there? I like to do 1 batch because it then gets all the components in the right amount and the right amount of water and everything. And then it heats up properly. Dennis is dumping in horse manure, fresh, fairly fresh. I think it's probably been sitting around a month at the stables.
Get some laid out first.
And so we do it in batches, and then don't feed it your table scraps or anything after that. Start a new pit. So the reason we do this in batches, that means make up a pile of compost and then let it sit, don't add anything to it, is because after a lot of experimentation I found that it heats up, gets real hot, and then does a kind of cooling down and shrinking process and turns black. And then is when the worms come in and do their job. And the more you can encourage that by not continuously heating it up allows for the worms, because the worms won't come when it's hot. They only come after it's cooled down. That's a nice load, huh? We got 10 bags like that.
Frank Lloyd Wright House.
Yeah.
Architectural design.
So we are also fortunate enough to have a next door neighbor, actually 2 doors down, that leaves us bags of hay and rabbit poop. I think there's 30 rabbits over there, so about every 3 weeks we get probably 5-6 bags, sometimes more, with a nice mix. Alrighty. Alright.
Dry leaves.
Dry leaves.
Bamboo leaves.
Mostly bamboo there. That's cool. They're not the best, but
flowers. So that's the second one. That has ficus leaves in it.
yeah, lots of ficus dried leaves in there.
More bamboo leaves. It's all getting wet.
Oh yeah.
One more. Well, you wanted greens.
Yeah, let's put some grass in there. And water coming in. Always water, especially on the brown. And after Dennis has dumped this on, we can start stirring and adding water and get it a nice little mixture going there.
That's full.
That's too cool for school. Look at that, man. That's going to be 1 full load. So what we got here is about 120 gallons of recycled water, which comes from our bioremediation gray water from the shower in the house. And this is just sort of an added benefit of the way we can do things around here. Not use city water because it has chlorine in it. This one, all the chlorine is evaporated. You want me to open the valve?
You can. I'll go open it.
Okay,
Film it.
I'll keep an eye on this.
Okay.
And so this bioremediated shower water doesn't have chlorine in it anymore. It's been sitting there, and it's been going through our waterfall system, which aerates it, and it runs through plants, and it runs through gravel and sand, and basically anything that we can do to resemble nature at work. So this is what we do while we're stirring. And you only have to stir once or twice throughout the month or so that you've done this. Some people get pretty precious about it and stir it every week. I don't think that's necessary, although it's probably better and aerates and makes things go faster. But what we have here, I love that. Hey Dennis, I'm sorry to make you do all the work. Man, it's hot already. Stirring the compost, mixing up the 3 parts, and adding water to let it rest. Heat up for 3-4 weeks. When it cools down, we move it to the other bin, where it's shrunk up enough to fit in half the size, and then the worms come in, spontaneously generate, and do their own work. Okay, thanks to Dennis, here's what it looks like. A day later, stacked to the brim. In fact, it's already dropped in 24 hours, just a little bit from the weight of the water probably. But here you have a cube probably 7 by 4 by 3 feet deep. And right now, 24 hours, let's see, about 30 hours later, that sucker is so hot you can't stick your hand in there. I just tried. Can't keep it in. Too hot. Show you how we cover it up to keep the flies down. This is a nice way to go. Very handy. Here's what it looks like a month later. And I want you to get a load of this because this is really rich. You can just smell how rich it is. And I just, you know, every month we get this much finished black soil. We get that much about once every 4 to 6 weeks. And it goes into the garden here, which you may think is a bit excessive, but I think it's loved, needed, and wanted, and the more compost, the better, as far as I know. And the garden flourishes. Plus you can share it with your neighbors and friends. There you go. More soon from Offspring Urban Farms.